Hey everyone, I am Billy Price, co-founder of Billy Footwear, and this is another episode of Open Book. For those out there that are not familiar with Open Book, it's an awesome opportunity that we as a brand get to talk about the brand a little bit. But what I would say is more important about Open Book is we get the opportunity to share just incredible stories from incredible, people out there that are doing just awesome stuff. And a lot of the partnerships that we have in collaboration, like building stuff together. So on screen today, we are so delighted to have Ashley, Sean, and Lily. Ashley and Sean, they are board members on the nonprofit GiGi's Playhouse Chicago. So welcome, guys. Welcome to Open Book.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Well, there's so many things I want to ask you. I think a great place to start, though, is for those out there that are not familiar, can you tell us about GiGi's Playhouse Chicago?
I would love to. So, Lily, I know you kind of want to talk about it too, but I'm going to take the lead, okay? GiGi's Playhouse Chicago. It's a achievement center for those with Down syndrome. So it offers completely free programming, including tutoring with literacy, math. There's speech programming. Some of our favorites are LMNOP and crawlers and walkers. And it's completely free from 0 to the end of time. So everyone and anyone is welcome. And it's just been a really great place for also families to come together, to be able to talk to other families and just know that they're not alone and that we're here for each other, and to just get awareness out about Down syndrome so that people have a bit more knowledge in their back pocket.
So I got to say, first off, that is absolutely incredible. I am somewhat, I guess, new to learning about GiGi's Playhouse. And part of the things I've found that has been so exciting is Chicago is not the only place that there's a GiGi's Playhouse. There's GiGi's Playhouses, aren't there like 50 plus or something, like around the US?
50 plus. I know we also just had 2 open in Mexico. So we're also, we're crossing borders.
Wow. Well, I would imagine Chicago is a big town. So would you consider Chicago one of the bigger ones?
I would say location wise, we have a very large population. But there's we have a lot of suburbs, playhouses too around Chicagoland that have a huge group of people who come out to there as well. I would say there are no small numbers at any of our playhouses. We're all trying to pack in as many people as we can, which is really great. So there's no one really outnumbering anyone else. Everyone's just really awesome and bringing in as many people as they can in their area.
Yeah. Well, so I guess 2 questions. First off, how did you find out about it? But secondly, how did you get involved?
Yeah. I'll let you take one because I will just keep talking.
We actually found out about it. We were in the hospital. Ashley had given birth, and we got an at-birth diagnosis of Down syndrome for Lily here, and immediately started Google searching, asking our nurses to find out any resources that we could to start learning immediately. We that day reached out to GiGi's Playhouse just from a few recommendations from nurses, as well as just online presence, and got a response almost immediately, being like, "Hey, come by the Playhouse, stay in touch. We'll give you everything that you need." Mm-hmm. And we kind of just stayed doing it. It was great.
Yeah, we also found out we lived a block away in the previous years, and we were like, "That place looks cool. We don't really know what it is." And then all of a sudden, we're there all the time now.
Wow. When I hear about when you're saying how you found it so quickly and were able to get the information that you needed, I think that's absolutely one, incredible, and 2, just like a real compliment to GiGi's Playhouse, because when I hear that kind of story and that result, it takes me back to when I was doing my own rehab. So I broke my neck as a teenager. I fell out of a 3-story window, and it was a spinal cord injury. And this was 1996. And that's right, kind of when the internet, I guess, was really starting to get out there. And it was very difficult to find information. I mean, I was thrusted into this new space, not really knowing, 1, what it would look like, but 2, to find mentors or just any sort of information that could help point me in the right direction. So the fact that you guys were able to find something so quickly and to have an organization that was ready to be able to help in every sort of way, I think that's one, really special, but two, just like really like a testimony to the amazingness what you guys got going.
Yeah, it's just been such a wonderful community, because you're so terrified at first because it's something new and something different. But we've just found such a beautiful community and people ready and willing with opening arms to take us in.
Yeah, lifelong friends too. You know, immediately you meet these other families who've gone through the same thing that you have with the same age kids, and you're going through the same experiences, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. This is great. And even though you come from different walks of life, you have this one shared common experience, and that bonds you. And we still keep in touch with some people who've moved away. Families who live in Detroit now, who are
going to GiGi's Detroit.
Going to GiGi's Detroit, exactly. You know, we still keep in touch with these families, and it is like a huge sense of community, which is very important.
I know other members that in different GiGi's Playhouse locations, they talk about how inclusive the space is. It's not like you need to have Down syndrome to qualify yourself to go. It just seems like there's lots of families that are just going because it's a really fun time.
Oh, gosh, yeah. We have one young woman who doesn't have Down syndrome, but she comes to all the programs. She's absolutely wonderful. We love her so much, and she's just found a place there. And obviously, GiGi's isn't going to turn anyone away if they don't have Down syndrome. We accept everyone. Come play, come dance, come learn. You know, we want everyone to get to know about Down syndrome and come see what we're about.
Well, I love that you mentioned dance, because it seems like so for example, I was at two events over this past weekend, and it was a buddy walk. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh, they kicked it off with a massive dance party. I mean, it just like the party was popping before the party even started. It was just absolutely incredible.
Yes, we are a group that loves to dance. That is for sure. I know the Chicago Playhouse, we're getting ready for our dance-a-thon, our 9th annual dance-a-thon this winter. So we're getting our dance shoes ready to go. Our Billy Footwear dance shoes.
Oh, I love it. So before we talk about shoes, I think that was a great segue talking about, events coming up. So a great opportunity, I'm guessing, for people to find out more about what GiGi's Playhouse Chicago is doing. What would that be? Would that be through social or the website?
Yeah, I love a good social. If you're scrolling all the time, as some of us tend to do, social's a good one. And also on our socials, it can take you to our website. But if you want to see anything coming up or just some cute pictures of some awesome people, we are on Instagram, Facebook, making our marks.
Okay, awesome. So on social, it's GiGi's Playhouse Chicago. And then I also got the website here as well. GiGi'sPlayhouse.org, which I guess is the main collection, but then Chicago, that's the more specific for this chapter.
Yes, and make sure you go to the website, because this little cutie's face is on the front page. So.
Oh, nice! I missed that part. All right, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. You have
to scroll down, and she is a bit younger, but it's her younger acting photo.
We'll love it. You mentioned shoes. How did Billy Footwear land on your radar?
I mean, we had to do the ankle braces that a lot of the kids in Lily's age have had. And we were just like, what shoe can we shove her foot in? This is so hard. And we stumbled on Billy Footwear just looking for some help. And it was it's the top rated thing we found. And it has been so helpful. We were able to get right around the braces. It's also super easy to not have to fight too hard with a wiggling baby to get the zipper up and around. So we found it pretty quick, and it was a lifesaver right away. And I know a lot of our friends at the Playhouse also been using them as well. We had a little, I think it was LMNOP class. We showed up, and it must have been Billy Footwear Day, because every single kid had on their Billy shoes. Including Lily, and we were just like, thank goodness we didn't miss this memo, or we would have been not cool enough to be here. But it was really cool to see, and we all ended up talking about how great the shoes are, how helpful they are. So we've just been promoting them in-house anyways, because they're just so wonderful.
Oh, wow. You know, so much of our success has been rooted in word of mouth and just building strong relationships. So, boy, thank you tremendously. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that hearing your story just like really warms my heart. But also, like, thank you so much for the support and sharing. I mean, that's so. It sounds like you found them like on a search, like looking out. It wasn't just you didn't hear about it from someone telling you. Is that what happened?
I'm trying to recall. We tend to go to Google first,
Okay.
human second. But yeah, I think because at GiGi's at our Chicago Playhouse, we're still, it was the COVID era. We didn't really talk to humans much. So we were kind of on an island virtually. We still had virtual Playhouse meetings, which was wonderful. Thank goodness. But we were kind of at that time frame. It was weird.
I got it.
Boy, was it ever. Boy,
Yeah.
was it ever. Well, that's awesome. I mean, it's great it blows my mind because these shoes, it started off with one pair myself. And that was it. I mean, you used the word stuffing your foot into a shoe. Like that was really the challenge. Like I was with poor hand dexterity and like having paralysis based from the nipple line down. It was just a matter of like trying to shove that foot into a shoe, which was really challenging. So you'll drop it in and then be able to zip it up. That's what got me independent again. And we decided to share it. So now it's getting out there. So hearing your success story, I don't know. It's really an indescribable thing. It just means a lot.
Oh, thank you. We wouldn't have it without you.
I will say there is a funny thing that Lily started doing lately. Whenever she wants to leave our apartment, or recently we've been in hotel rooms and we're like staying the night, and she doesn't realize that she'll grab her shoes and give them to us as like a signal, like, "Hey, let's go. We got to get out of here. We're not at home." And it's always it's the Billies. It's the Billies.
It's so wild. So I have two kids myself. I mean, one's almost 5, and he'll be 5 in November, and then a daughter that's 18 months old. And each morning, it's kind of routine, like wrapped around the shoes. I mean, my wife, she's the one that really keeps the household on the rails. I mean, she's the one that keeps it all together. But every morning, it's kind of like this step in. It's like open it up, step in, and it turns into this like activity. And that what you're talking about with your daughter, that really resonates with me because it just turns into part of the routine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Built into the routine for sure. And that routine is very important for our kiddos.
Yeah.
Routine.
So I'm very curious, like you mentioned a couple of times LMNOP. What is LMNOP? Because that sounds like a really cool activity.
Yeah, it's basically our music and storytelling class for the little ones, just with the clever little name LMNOP. But yeah, we go in, we listen to some music, we play with bubbles, we read a book, learn about colors, and it's just a nice time for all of the kids to get interaction with each other, and for the adults to sit in the back with our coffees and be like, "How's your week going?" So that's definitely been one of our favorite things to do at GiGi's, because anything with music, obviously, we're excited about.
Yeah. Well, I got to say, I mean, you guys have a tremendous organization, and I mean, with any organization, it's really powered by the community. It's powered by the volunteers. I mean, you're on the board, so I'm sure that's a fair amount of work to be able to bring everybody together to do big things. So it's really awesome because it sounds like when it's working. And two, because it's working, it's generating some amazing outcomes for lots of families.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Well, I want to be respectful of your time. Boy, thank you guys so much for being on this week's episode. But before I let you go, I just wanted to give you another opportunity. Is there anything else you'd like to share that's on your heart?
I'll let you go first because I'll try to.
Yeah, well, obviously, thank you for your time. Just bringing any sort of exposure to our cause is amazing. We do a lot of work behind the scenes for GiGi's. None of our volunteers get paid. It's 99% volunteer run, so it's a lot of work goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. So any sort of donations or anything is always welcomed. We run on that. So thank you so much.
Yeah, we're just, I mean, so blessed to find a group of people like those at GiGi's who really just want to take in the families who are a part of the Down syndrome community and help them grow and show them that there is no limit. We say, get out of here, limits, and just the amazing things that happen. We have one of our young ladies just graduated college out of GiGi's, and it's just inspiring to see as having a young child what's possible. It's really wonderful, and we're so thankful. And like Sean said, we're 99% volunteer run. So we're all a lot of families and volunteers, and it just big shout outs to all of them, because without them and their time, we wouldn't be able to come together and show a new path for our kiddos.
Well said. I mean, obviously it's an organization that's powered by passion, and there's just so much mentorship for both the families and the kiddos. Everyone else is listening in. I mean, again, make sure to go check out their both website and social. On social, it's GiGi's Playhouse Chicago. On the website, gigisplayhouse.org/Chicago. And I'll also have this in the show notes. So you can go and visit those guys. Boy, amazing. Thank you so much again, Ashley, Sean, Lily. She's already left the building.
She's done.
You guys, thank you again so much. Everyone else, this was another episode of Open Book. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll have another one again real soon. So until then, take care.